Oh, that beautiful bean footage.
And we're live. What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler, Boss Talks on the Rooftop, Black History Month edition, man. Happy Black History Month. I have the
Wow.
greatest honor of introducing to you guys one of the Black-owned cigar brands in America, Mr. AJ Buford of Big Country Cigars. What's up, family?
What's happening, brother man? What's good with you?
Hey, not much, brother. Like we're just about to get into these cigars, your
Hmm.
lovely cigar line brand. We're going to talk about why cigars, right? Because why we're all here, and then we're going to get
Hmm.
to know my man Big Country and his infamous line of infantry cigars. If you don't know, my man is a veteran military services, so a lot of his line is named after his past life, uh, current lifestyle, and so on and so forth with his experiences. So salute to
Hmm.
you, brother. Um, what's been going on?
Man, just relaxing, working on different stuff, just taking it easy, man. One step at a time is all I'm doing, and enjoying the lifestyle, man. Enjoying cigars, great friends, great company, great smokes,
Yeah,
sports, the whole nine yards.
look, man, we was cool and kicking it backstage. You I'm gonna make you talk to me one way or the other,
Hey,
whether you
man,
like it or not. You came on the show, now I'm gonna harass the
yeah,
hell out of you.
I know. We've been fighting about it for over a year.
Yeah,
Just a
let's
little bit.
yeah.
Just a little bit about me, ladies and gentlemen. My name is AJ Buford. I founded Big Country Cigars about 6 years ago. Um, I'm a veteran truck driver as well, too, along with the military bit.
Mm.
Drove 22 years over the road. I was raised in a small town called Seville, Florida, where my grandfather, John Reeves, my heart, my soul, my best friend. God
Oh,
rest his
wow.
soul. Man, being raised on the country and the farm, it's the best thing that could ever happen to me as a kid growing up because I learned the value of hard work,
Mm.
you know, being determined to what you want in life and how you're going to get things in life. My grandfather always told me 1,000-mile journey begins with a single step.
Yeah.
When you rush stuff, it'll never turn out right because you're going to miss something along the way. So, when my grandfather passed, I went through a really hard time in my life at that time when he passed away because I felt like I lost my father, my best friend, my ride or die.
Yeah.
Um, so fast forward, got married, a bunch of kids, 6 kids. They all grown, thank God they're grown.
Wait.
Um,
Six?
yeah, five
You
girls,
got
one
six
boy, and one
kids.
grand. Yeah,
Six children.
six children.
Boy. Whew. When
Um,
you shoot, you
it,
don't miss, do you?
not a damn lick. I you know, I started driving trucks. I drove for 22 years over the road before having a bad accident. So when I got divorced, I moved to Nashville. Um, I was contemplating. I said, what can I do now that I was forced in retirement? Didn't want to retire. I have no choice. What can I do to, you know, occupy my time? I smoke cigars, go to the lounge. When I moved here, I didn't know a soul. Didn't know anybody at all. Period. So I kept to myself for a while. Go to cigar lounge. I'll go there, smoke, have a drink, and I go back home.
Yeah.
Well, I met my now girlfriend. Met her 8 years ago at the cigar lounge. Her and the twin sister,
Mm.
and we've been joining the hip ever since then.
Oh, nice.
So, hmm and I was talking to her one day. I said, "Hey, I want to do something. I love cigars." She said, "Well, you start a cigar line." I said, "Okay." So I did. But see, when I go to the line, I hear a lot of guys talk about doing it.
Mhm.
While they talking, my wheel was already in motion.
Right.
So I went home one summer. I went down to Tampa, visited a couple of lounges down there, and I met this young man by last, and Victorious is his last name. Sat down and talked to him, man. We became really close, real good friends. He reminded me of my son.
Mm.
So I told him what my vision was, what my goals are. He said, okay. So when you come back to Florida, hit me up. It's okay. So I gave him a phone call. Hey, man, I'll come back in Florida in a couple of weeks. He said, all right. I got some cigar leaves and stuff. I want to teach you and show you some things. I said, hey, okay, cool, not a problem. I got with him, man. He was showing me different rolling techniques, blending techniques, binding. He told me to bind the wrapper and tell how to grade the cigar leaves, the whole 9 yards. Then
Right.
I said, okay. So when I left, came back home, I started researching, digging into different regions, where tobacco grown at. And tobacco grown all the way around the world, Transylvania, Ecuador, Salvador, Mexico, Nicaragua, the DR, Hawaii. I mean, tobacco leaves are growing Pennsylvania. Tobacco leaves are growing all over the world, man.
Right.
And it's a lot bigger than people realize. So I
See,
told him, I said, well, go ahead.
I just uh that the different names like the Ometepe, the Ecuadorian, Indonesian, that's just
Mhm.
they're just talking about the region of the tobacco leaf. It's not the specific or different like categories of tobacco leaf. It's just the region that it's from.
That the country that is growing in, yeah,
Yeah.
the country.
So I'm like, oh, okay. I thought it
So
was just
eh, one of the guys asked me last night, said, "How did you get Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper?" Well, you can grow it now. What I mean by Indian Ecuadorian Sumatra, where it's grown in shade. You like the
mm,
Connecticut shade. You got different colors of Connecticut. You got
right.
broadleaf. You have the regular shade grown Connecticut.
Hmm.
That's all it is with the Sumatra to create a Sumatra leaf is grow under clouds in Ecuador. That's how you
Mm,
come up with the shade. It gives
okay.
it that brownish reddish color. It has a more pungent than the Indonesian. Now, some of the Indonesian has a punch to it, but the Ecuadorian is gonna give you a more punch to it. It's gonna give you a sweeter profile as well too. It's a great leaf to smoke.
Mm,
Um, so back to along my journeys, man, studying and researching out to my hours and hours and days in the office, just writing notes. Looking at the soil content, how they do the fermentation process, what causes tobacco leaf to change colors, what chemicals are in it. I mean, it's a long list of things that I could be here all day talking about, but we don't have all day. So, but
That's
yeah,
how-
so
so
yeah, go ahead.
what what inspired you to name your cigars Big Country?
Well, I didn't ask to come up with the name. My girlfriend, her twin sister did. So I'm sitting there saying, I need a name for my cigar brand. They said, well, you from the country? I said, yeah. Then the other twins said, you big. Boom, they went big country right there. But instead of a COUN, I put a KUNTRY to
Mm,
differentiate to be different from everybody else. And that's how they came up with the name. So it stuck with me. It stuck, and here it is. 6 years later, this is the country cigar, man.
Big Country Cigars.
hmm I,
So
I credit I credit everything to Seville, Florida, because it's a small town where everybody knew everybody. Then I can go to my friend's house and eat. I go to my aunt's house and eat. Go home and eat. Just go to everybody's house and eat and have a good time. We all grew up together, went to school together, played sports together. And we still tight to this very day.
right, right. So because you're so reserved, right? And like you're quiet until I start poking and prodding at you. Because we met it don't feel like it was 2 years ago. It felt like we met yesterday.
Right.
and And I was like, damn, that was 2 years ago. And I'm like, man, I've been trying to get you back on the show for like a year now.
Forever. I know, right? Now.
So I know you've been tucked away. You sent me some samples of what you've been working on. Let's talk about, because this Lancero here, I haven't cut it yet. Hey guys, Big Country just came out with a Lancero. He's sent me one of his new blends on here. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
That Lancero, one I'm smoking right now, that is the Indonesian Sumatra. It has a Indonesian wrapper on it with the Ecuadorian binder with a Nicaragua filler in it. The Diesel Seco and Lajero is like a half liter Lajero, and you don't need much in it because it's a small tobacco, small cigar. 7 by 42. It has a kick on a retro. And I mean, I love it. I'm not really satisfied with it just yet to put it on the market. You know me, like you call me a perfectionist. There's sometimes that me tweaking here and there. I'm gonna try to get it to close to where I need to have it at. So that's just me. I want to make sure that it's right, not only for me but for anybody else, because my namesake is behind it. My hometown name is behind it, so I can't let my hometown down. I got to make sure that it's right. If you can do so, do it right the first time, so you won't have to repeat it.
Very true, but give you a chance just to test the waters and see what it's really all about. Now I'm gonna light mine with my Kingpin Luxury torch, and guys,
if you don't have,
huh?
You still got the one you gave me still in the box.
I need you to use it, man.
Matter of fact, it's in my bedroom drawer right now. The same part I had when I met you. I still got
it. Everybody wants to hold on to it like it's a keepsake. Hey man, I do business by you buying another one, so I want you to lose it. But I want you to use it. Use it and lose it. So I can send you another one. Don't worry about it. I got more, guys. You can pick you up one of these Kingpin Luxury torches at kingpinluxury.com. What I'm doing right now is I'm toasting my cigar. So I like to take my time with it. No need to rush. I've been able to sit here and lollygag all day while I'm shirking off my responsibilities.
Hey man, that's part of being a business owner. You do what you want to do.
Yeah, do what I gotta do and do what I want to do. Two different things, and
yeah. Most definitely. I had Danny review the same cigar a couple nights ago. Yeah.
Man. And you haven't released this yet? No. Man, you playing with it. You playing with it a little too much. You playing with it.
Nope, I have not released it yet, man. I like I said before, I put anything out there, I need to get feedback from different people that I know that have the palate for cigars. I actual love for cigars, a love for great craftsmanship, great smoking, great flavor profile, great taste of a cigar. This is why I hesitate when I make something. I make a lot of samples. It costs me money to make it, but it will cost me even more if I just throw it out there and it's not any good. I mean, I have to scrap the whole thing and redo.
I mean, that's fair. Now, you should just call this granddaddy because it got that old man strength to it. You know, that old man strength. I'm gonna call this Pawpaw. Shit. Man. Like it's not a sharp jab, it's a grab. Like it's a firm hold.
Mm-hmm.
It's a firm hold that it just took on my sinuses. And I don't know if you saw me retro held it. Did you guys see me retro? Because I retro held it, and I was just okay. Mm.
I like I said, we talked about it when I was visiting you down there in Dallas a while back. That I make cigars not for my palate, but for everybody else's palate. I have
Yeah.
people with different palate profiles. Some like, a mild to medium, or just a mild cigar. Then they get medium to medium full, or some just want to enjoy a medium cigar. Some want a full cigar. You
Mm.
know, and I get asked this question a lot. So what's the difference between a full body and a full flavor? And there is a
Right.
difference. The
Yes.
body of the cigar is gonna be the smoke that you expel from your mouth. You can have a
Right.
light, you can have a heavy, or you can have in between. Which is gonna distinct that the body, okay, it's a medium body, it's gonna be a full body or a light body. But now the
Hmm.
taste profile, when you retrohale it, it's gonna give you a lot of flavor from it, especially on the retro.
Yes.
Your palate only holds maybe I say roughly 25, maybe 30% of your taste buds, but
Mm.
everything up here in your nose is gonna give you the full the full nuance of that cigar, and this is what you're gonna get it from. Because this cigar is almost stronger than some of my Maduros.
Oh yeah.
It's that leaf is what's going to give you that real note, that flavor note. That the leaf, the wrapper, and the binder is where the flavor profile is going to really come from. The Seco, the Viso and the Seco and the Lajero is just going to be an added addition to it.
Yeah. So right now it's lingering in my sinuses after my retro hell.
Hmm.
I've never had it happen before, and I liked it. Like usually if it's a lingering sting, and like I said, it's a grip. It's like it's got a grip to it. It's like any women listening, I'm sorry, but it's like your favorite lady. It's
Right.
just a certain grip she got to you that you like, and that's that's
Make your
what
all
I can
warm and fuzzy
attribute.
inside.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
make
the
your all warm
attribute.
and fuzzy inside. Woo!
Mm-hmm. Mm. Hold on, hold on. We might got something here. I might like you a little bit. I might like you a little bit. Hold
Yeah, I enjoyed it when I first got him in. I let him sit for about a good 30 days because where I live at, it gets butt ass cold here, and this winter weather, man. It'll dry. Like I said, I'm not afraid to admit it. When I sent you that first one, you said it came unraveled. That was two things could have happened. It sat in the post office for almost a week before it got to you, and that should never happen. Cause from my doorstep to your doorstep should be only 2 days, maybe three at the most. You got the latter part of the week. That's on the post office. They take that stuff. They'll mishandle it. And I had fragile written all over that package. So if you can't read fragile, you need to go back to school. But they
on.
handle it the way they want to handle it. They'll just throw that shit around anyway. And cigar leaves are very delicate. Okay,
Right.
you can thump it and you'll crack it and not even know it. So my apologies that how it came to you. Like I said, I got you on the new one. I got you straightened out, partner. But
Hey man, it's still getting smoked.
I know, man, listen, I don't blame the smoking.
So
And that was
it's
one,
still
and that,
getting smoked.
that was one of the issues I didn't like about it. But I knew it wasn't the wrapper, it was the weather. Because you can have a cigar that has the RH level inside of it at normal, but
Mhm.
if that wrapper is dry, and once you got to get the right humidity in it, what happens is that filler leaf it starts to expand,
Mhm.
and when you stick heat to it, if it's dry, it will crack it. It will cause it to crack. People may not realize it. So
Right.
how you hold a cigar? Some people I see people with a dip grip on a cigar, they cracking that leaf and don't even realize they want. Why am I leaf splitting? Well, that could be another reason. You have to handle
Mm.
cigars with care. I don't care if it's Fernandez, Fuentes, CAO, Oscar, Steve Saka, Pete Johnson, whoever. You know,
Right.
every cigar you get, the leaves are delicate. You have to handle them with care. But some people do, some people don't. And I've seen people make the mistake 1,000 times. They'll cut right below the cap
Yeah.
every single time.
End up
You
cutting that
know,
shoulder. And
they cut that cap off too far, it's gonna come unraveled. It happens, and that's just part of not knowing, not being taught the proper way how to cut a cigar, especially a Lancero. I see some people try to put a DV on it. You're gonna destroy that cigar.
yeah.
I tell them never ever use a V cut, a deep V to cut a Lancero. Some people they know how to do it. Some people don't. I just tell them
Right.
that all you need to do is just nip the top of it, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
It's just a small ring gauge.
Right. So on the Lancero, you prefer a guillotine cut versus a V cut or a punch.
You can use a punch, but it has to be a small punch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? 'Cause, you got different size punches on different cigar colors or wherever you buy them from. I will use nothing no more than a small ring gauge punch to put in this because, like I said, you get a bigger ring gauge punch and you dig it in there. Now you're gonna stretch the leaf at the cap. You're gonna cause it to split.
Right. So
That I,
let's go back a little bit
Mhm.
for those of you that's joining us on live. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the channel. Check out Big Country Cigars. This is Miss AJ Buford of Big Country Cigars. Um, talking about your cigar line with the right. You don't do small ring gauges. Like your gauges on your cigars are usually pretty stout. Is that
the,
is
the
that
large,
is that because what's the reason behind that?
well, the reason for that is that I gauge my clientele. Although everybody smokes, I ask questions
Mm,
and I look where everybody smoke, and preferably most people want to use. Some people like 60 ring gauge. I don't make them that size. I make them maybe probably about a 56 and under, and 56 is really pushing it for me. So I prefer a 54-inch ring gauge with a 6.5 by 54 or 5 by 54 or 4 by 54. The nubs, the Toros, the Robusto, stuff like that. A
mm,
Robusto is going to be probably a five by 50.
yeah.
That's my ring gauge. So, yeah, I do make them, but I don't have a big market for them. So I gauge where everybody likes to smoke, and pretty much anywhere from a 52 to a 56. That's
Mm,
that sweet spot for everybody. It just depends on the individual, but I say 90% of my clientele like the 54-inch ring gauge.
mm,
I do them 6.5 by 54. It's the perfect ring gauge. You're gonna get a good smoke. A 6.5 will last you probably. Me, when I smoke a 54, a 6.5 by 54, it take me probably about 2 hours to smoke because I'm a slow smoker. I like to enjoy the cigar.
yeah,
I don't
it'll
hot
last
box
you a
it.
whole
I don't
football
smoke.
game.
Yeah, it does.
It'll
It does.
last you a whole football game. Because
Mhm.
when I went to Patriot Smoke, shout out Redelia, down at
Mhm.
Patriot Smoke. Um, I was first introduced to Big Country Cigars through Patriot Smoke. And I was looking at the ring gauge. I was like, big ass cigars. And then I sat down. I let them sit for about a day or two in my Chevalier humidor because we're talking about
Mhm.
storage and traveling, right?
Mhm.
And I was just like, okay, let me smoke this watching the game. And I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very robust, and it was the infantry. I want to say it was the infantry Habano
Mhm.
that I had, and I smoked it all the way. I smoked it all the way down to the nub. Usually, like larger ring gauges for something like that. For like, I have to sit down, but like I was able to sit and just really,
Enjoy
really,
it.
indulge in the experience, right? And it
Yeah,
didn't help that my Cowboys was losing at that time, but
I can't help you
neither
with
here
that,
nor
man.
there.
That one you on your own, buddy.
I know. I know. Tell me about it. But I was thoroughly enjoying my moment. with my cigar, not the game, because the game was tormenting me. So it is what it is on that.
I mean, it wasn't a complete loss. I mean, it was a
No,
cigar smoke.
the cigar made up for it for real. It took that edge off. I'm either
Listen, man,
celebrating or trying to take an edge off, so it don't matter. But man, this
I thank you, man.
this Lancero has stayed true so far to keeping that grip. Like it is really like holding strong.
I
Um,
appreciate it.
the salivation it kicked in when I first smoked it, but the lingering notes of pepper and the back end of a little bit of cedar. I want to say it's cocoa, but it's not cocoa. It's almost like a cream note that I'm getting, but it's not overbearing.
Mhm.
And like if you're a person that really likes strong pepper, you're not going to be disappointed. But if you're a person that doesn't like too much pepper, it's not gonna take away from what your natural palate is either. Like I
Right.
said, it's got a good strong hold, and I think that's an interesting balance that you have accomplished with this here.
I appreciate it. You know, I look at you know, the, the blend of it because I did have hands on with this particular blend, which I very seldom get involved with from time to time. I may, but I know what I want, I know what I like, and I know what my clientele like. So I've been dealing with the same family for 6 years.
Hmm.
And at one point, they sent me a couple of bad batches at one point, and they said in my humidor, and I gave them all away. I'm talking
Hmm.
about this about $300 worth of cigars I gave away. For the simple fact is that for the simple fact is that I wasn't gonna put my name behind it
Hmm.
because the fact is that it wasn't right to me. So I know if it's not right to me, it's not gonna be right to the clientele either.
Right.
So if I don't smoke them, they'll sit in the humidor more or less she'll smoke them. So it is what it is. But
Yeah.
they told me, hey, they called me, hey man, it was a bad batch. You know, the leaves were bad. You know, the Bonchero didn't realize it. I said, okay, not a problem. So they sent me some more out immediately. So
Mm.
it wasn't a total loss. So,
Yeah.
but I've been a faithful customer for 6 years now. I don't plan on going nowhere.
So for you, what
Hmm.
constitutes a bad cigar, right? Because we're talking about having a bad batch that you can't put your name behind, right? And nor
Hmm.
would you or should you. What
Well,
constitutes a bad cigar that some brands will put out a cigar, just be putting out a cigar. We had that. Yeah, I saw the discussion that you had with 505 Dan Revanelli last night, and we were talking
hmm
about brands and how they're great marketing,
hmm
horrible product, or great product, horrible marketing. I wanna know, okay, what is it for you that makes
that
us a
constitutes.
bad cigar?
I can't speak for other brand names or whatever. I can only speak for mine.
Right.
What comes to the best cigar for me is that if it's too soft, I can take a cigar, hold it in my hand, and gently go down it and tell where the weak spots at, where it's lacking filler, because I know it gets to that point, it's gonna tunnel.
Mm,
It'll start to tunnel. If it tunnels, if it burns uneven, if the like arrows out of place, and that's a big thing for me. Make sure the Lajero is in the middle, and I can tell when I first light it, when I smoke it, probably maybe a third of the way down or even a quarter of the way down. I can tell if the Lajero is in the center or not, because when it gets a tunneling, that means the filler is not bunched all the way tight together. It's
mm,
missing filler in the middle, so that comes from not bunching it well together, or if it's not roll tight enough, whatever the case may be. If it starts a tunnel, that means it's lacking tobacco on one side of the cigar. or it could be like you sit in an area where, like I'm sitting outside, and you can hold your cigar up on the AC vent. It'll cause the top to burn faster than the bottom because it's only getting the top burning away. So, but my thing is, if you got soft spots in it, and I like I said, I cut my cigars open when I
Mm,
get them. I cut one open to make sure the fillers are long filler. There's no chop shit in there, nothing like that. I'm very stringent when it comes to that because, like I said, my name's behind it.
right,
People gonna look at me like, oh, he sold me some trash behind cigar. I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna do that. Nothing's ever perfect. Cause when you're doing things hand rolled, that's man made, yeah. Sometimes you're gonna get a hit and miss every now and again.
right,
But I can't catch everything. So tell you, I'm not perfect.
right.
Now,
And there's an art to these hand rolled cigars, right? We
mm-hmm,
talked about backstage, and we are talking about bunching, right? And you said there's several different ways to bunch
mm-hmm,
the filler. Uh,
yeah,
go over that with me
okay.
again with what is the difference with bunching and learning how to roll a cigar?
You have three bunches: book binding, accordion, and untabado, which means the tube method. The tube method is what the old Cuban way. A lot of Cuban cigars do it. The accordion method is what Dominicans use. Okay. So it just depends on, where the cigar are rolled at. If you have an old Cuban person there, nine times out of 10, they're gonna do what they were told how to do, which is gonna be on Tabado method. On Tabado, what does it causes cigars to burn evenly, give you a nice solid white ash, whatever the case may be. That's another story. Book bind is what I tried myself, and I actually it's almost like on Tabado, because once you take it, you stack the cigar, you stack your tobacco leaves, you
Mm,
have your Viso, Seco, and your Lajero. How many leaves you want to put in there? And you take it, you can cut the end of it, and it's gonna be like almost like a square. So then you'll get your binder leaf and roll up in your binder leaf, and cut it to where you want to go and put it in your mold.
mm,
And I tried that, and it burned really well. It gave a good nice airflow through it, a good flavor profile. It was a nice medium draw, which I prefer. And when you put the wrapper on it, it just stands out on its own. Then, so I look at the even burn. Sometimes you can get uh, a wrapper leaf that will burn faster than the binder leaf. Sometimes it just depends on the combustion rate, and that's where the Viso and Seco comes in.
mm,
Those going to be your combustion rate because the Hero burns slower than the other cigars.
right.
And I'm going back to where I said, if I find like the Hero is on the edge of it, and we're not in the
Mm,
middle, you'll have a hard ash there. That's the Hero. So
mm,
the Viso and Seco is going to be your combustion, your flavor, and that the Hero in the middle keeps everything burning even. Because the Viso and Seco is going to burn around that,
mm.
along with the binder leaf and the wrapper leaf as well.
See, I I knew I knew I was gonna be able to pick your big brain over there. Guys, tuning in. This is Boss Talks on the Rooftop, Black History Month. We have Mr. AJ Buford of Big Country Cigars, and we were just talking about hand rolling and the difference in a way of bunching your filler. So it's an art form to smoking a hand rolled cigar. Um,
Um,
I I don't want to learn how to do it. I want to watch it. I want to watch
and
it and appreciate the
while,
craft because I don't want to give myself another job. I want to
while
enjoy the process.
watching it get done, man, is phenomenal. I
Yes.
mean, 90% of the hand rolled cigars are done by women, believe it
Mm,
or not,
yeah.
because their hands are a lot more delicate than ours.
Right.
I got big hands, so when I roll and when I cut my wrapper leaf, I cut it and I edge to edge and make sure everything is smooth and rounded. And when I try to spray it, I'll spray it too much and I'll split the leaf. So
No.
I know my hands not made for rolling because my hands are too big, but women hands they're delicate and they're good at it. They're a lot more nimble than ours.
Right. 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 And that makes a world of sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just feels better than when a woman rolls your cigar and then here you go. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. There's a
been down to
whole
Tampa,
different conciergeness that I feel like, I love the hospitality part of
right?
like having a hand rolled cigar made in front of me, and then they hand it to me, and then they'll cut it and light it for me.
Nothing like it.
Whenever you
Nothing like
whenever you enjoy that,
it. Absolutely. You know,
and so it's
you've been in
different
Tampa.
experience.
You've been in Ybor City, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So when you go to the cigar shop down there on the strip by the harbor, or you go by J.C. Newman, whatever, and you can pass by some of the cigar shop and you can see some man being there rolling too, and they've been doing it for years.
And see,
Man,
I went and did a visit. I did the tour at the JC Newman factory. And
hmm
so just watching that whole process and everything um, was really fascinating, really expounded my knowledge on the way that the cigar industry works. So
hmm
I guess my next thing for me is like, what's that like being a what they call a boutique cigars, but I think it's a more focus on your brand than it is like having a machine behind you, right?
hmm
Because they got the machine rollers, they got the hand rollers, and then they got these big old bushels, and then they have a quota that they have to meet and everything. What is that like for you when you're able to take your time uh, with putting out your new Lancero? Because
Quality,
I'm trying to get you to go ahead and put this mug out.
quality,
Mm,
quality is the biggest key. I don't try to mass produce thousands and thousands and thousands of cigars because once you start getting to okay, I got to have 30,000 cigars made for this customer. You know, you get a lot of the big box brands. You know, they have to make tens of thousands of cigars to send to different parts of the country or even halfway around the world, wherever they send the cigars at.
mm,
They have to mass produce them. Some of them you may get some of them that's good, some of them may not. You know, Fuente, Fernandez, you know, they have factories all over all over the place. So they get
mm.
different factories to do their cigars for them. For far as I'm concerned, is my product that quality quality is job one for me.
Right,
I have to give. If I don't give a quality, quantity is not worth a dime. No way, it's not worth two wooden nickels being rubbed together.
right, right,
And
right.
I pride
And I
myself
want
in
my
the
nipples
quality.
back.
If they wouldn't, you can have them.
Mm,
You have to have quality, man, in everything you do. I don't care like I told Danny on the show Monday night. I don't care if you out there washing somebody's car, or if you baking cookies, cakes, or if you're doing a lawn service. Quality, like in your job profession. You know, you do roofing. You make sure the customer's gonna have quality, no matter how long it takes. You want to make sure you get quality work done because if you go out there and just half behind do your work, and the client says, "Well, I got a leak in my roof," guess what's going to happen?
right,
They're going to give you a bad review.
right,
That can ruin your business.
right, right. You gotta come up with like 300 more reviews to cover up that one review. Trust me, I know the numbers.
Exactly. So, you know, I rather take my time, have something done,
Mm,
and like I said, it's not nothing's going to ever be perfect. And I tell anybody that no cigar on the planet Earth is perfect. Somebody say, "Well, I got the perfect cigar." And you may have a perfect cigar now. You may take that same cigar tomorrow and smoke another one tomorrow. It may blow up on you. Who knows?
right. But
Who
you
knows?
say that, but do you tell yourself that? Because like, I mean, like AJ, I've watched you toil and tinker with different things that you have going on, different blends that you got. Because like you are very, very meticulous and very, very, very particular about what you're going to release. Do you tell
Have
yourself the
to.
cigar is not going to be perfect?
Yeah, I tell myself that all the time. I mean, I beat myself about it. I know it's not gonna be perfect, but I want to get to where it's good quality control.
Hmm,
If it's good quality, that's gonna be five. You know, I can take 10 people, give them the same cigar. I'm gonna get 10 different flavor profiles out of that cigar. If two of those cigars happen to unravel, unroll, or split or be dry, okay, 80% I can deal with. But if it
Right.
drop below 80%, we got a problem.
Mm.
So I have a goal in mind, a percentage wise, where I try to make sure 80% of my clientele are happy with what they get from me.
Right.
I'm not trying to compete with any other boutique brand. My biggest competition is myself.
Right. Right.
And once I know it goes to my quality control, 'cause I know they had QC at the factory they're down in. It's gonna go through QC with them, but once I get it, I'm gonna take it to my own QC. And if it matches up what I like, the flavor profile, I take my notes on it, what I'm getting out of it, how it's smoking, how it's burning, how the ash looks, the whole night. Well, I don't care how the ash looks. I give a rat's ass about the ash. The
Mm.
flavor profile is my biggest thing.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing, the flavor profile. You know, I'm gonna go back to the ash. People, oh look at me, I got a solid white ash. Oh, my ash is kind of gray, my ash kind of dark. Well, here it is. Just from my research now, you can do your own, whoever listening. The ash on a cigar signifies that the chemicals in it are still, some of them are still in the leaf at the time of harvesting. Okay, and like I said, you got the white ash right there. That
Mm.
means all the chlorophyll and ammonia is out of that cigar. You may get a dark ash. It's just said that it still have a little bit of ammonia in it, or a little bit chlorophyll still is in it. That
Mm.
means the tobacco wasn't aged long enough. But yet, you may not take the chlorophyll or the ammonia in it, but it's still going to be a good smoke. So
Right.
that's why I go between 3 to 5 years of aging process on it. That
Mm.
way, if they want to let it sit for another 4, 5, 6 months, let it age to where it cures better, to
Mm.
where that binder and that wrapper gels together.
Right.
It's like baking a cake. You get your eggs, you get your sugar, you get your flour, your baking soda. You have the components, but it's not gonna be a complete cake until you put everything together. Until you
Mm.
mix it all together and you put it in the oven. And once the oven's done baking after 45 minutes to an hour, there's your completed product. The same thing with a cigar. You got to have the right components in it to make it get together. It has to go through the aging process.
Right. So, what has been your biggest inspiration with staying solely focused on your quality and your education in the cigar industry?
My grandfather, my granddad. You know, once again, everything that you do has to be done with time. Take your time, whatever you're doing. You rush through it, you're gonna miss something.
Mm.
That it could be just one minute thing that you miss to make that cigar off balance. The flavor profile can be wrong, or whatever the case may be. You take your time. And me, like I said, being in the military, it has taught me how to be patient and make sure things are done right. Pay attention to detail. That's my biggest thing. Pay attention to detail, and you know, I scrutinize a lot of my cigars. I scrutinize cigars that I buy, either
Mm.
from Saka, whoever out there that makes cigars. I'll take it and I'll look at it and I look how it's burning, look at it says it's burning evenly, look at the leaf, look at the cap on it, how it is single cap, double cap, or triple cap. We'll
Mhm.
get into that in a minute.
So, like
But
this Lancero that you sent me had a folded foot.
it's called a close
What?
foot.
Yeah, closed foot. So,
Mhm.
did you do that on purpose?
It's just decoration, man. It's just decoration. That's all it is. It's just decoration, man. You get some with shaggy foots on it. You get some with closed foot. You get some with what we call I call it a feather foot. You look at the top of it, it has some of the tobacco still sticking out on it. And
Mm.
what that does is that once you light it, you can actually smell it before you start smoking it, and it's gonna tell you what that cigar is gonna actually smell like once you start smoking it before you
Mm.
even smoke it. So yeah, I like to call them feather foot because it sticks out like a feather to me at the tip of it.
and I'm thoroughly enjoying and scrap it and figure out how to tweak some more things to it. But because it's just you, but I honestly, for my opinion, I believe it's ready. My opinion.
Danny told me the same thing the other night, man.
Hmm.
He said, I don't know what you're waiting on. I said, well, I'm just,
Danny has a good
I'm
palate, man.
oh, absolutely.
Danny has a good
Uh,
palate. Like my palate is
absolutely.
is 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 vast right now, and I think I think you think you're slick by trying to utilize my interest in my favor because it's a Sumatra rapper. But you ain't slick. You're not
Hey,
slick, AJ.
I just want to put something out there that everybody can have fun, everybody can enjoy, man. That's what I want. My biggest thing is getting enjoy seeing people smoke a. I don't care if it's my cigar or Conscious or CAO or whoever makes a cigar out there. I like to people enjoy their cigars, man. We sit down, have a
Yeah,
good conversation, just talk and enjoy the company, have a drink or two, and laugh. And cigars bring people together.
absolutely.
So,
Now,
yeah.
what did you do in the military? Because I wanna say thank you for your service, and I want to let
Appreciate
people
it.
know a little more about your military background as well.
My military background, I was infantry, 11 Bravo, 7 ID, was
Mm,
infantry division, where was I was stationed in, so my base in AIT in Fort Benning back in
mm,
1987. Left there before Benning, did basically AIT there for 3 months in the dead heat of summer. Never do that again.
mm.
Left there and got stationed in Fort Ord, California. Um, 11 Bravo, man, is a infantry unit where you walk everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And I do mean you hump it. You got a 110-pound rucksack on your back. You got them LPC, which are 11 personnel carriers, and they
Mm,
will eat your dogs up. We walk sometimes 5, 10, 25 miles, man. We call it forced road marches.
mm.
You march 12 and a half out, 12 and a half back. So at that time, my job in my unit was I was an RTO, radio technical operator. I was a 60 gunner, and I also was just a regular grunt, carrying my M16A2.
Right.
As a 60 gunner, I had to carry the M60 bipod, tripod, tuning mechanism, and spare barrel. My assistant gunner carried extra two spare barrels, extra ammo, and his M16 as well. So,
Man.
on top of that, you got a rucksack, your LBE, you got your Kevlar helmet on, you got your BDUs on, and you got them LPCs on. So, with a total weight and everything, you carry probably about 140 pounds.
Now I was about to say it's like 150, 160 on your back.
Yeah, yeah,
and, and you're going miles
yeah.
on foot.
You're gonna walk. You're gonna walk, but it taught me a lot. My 10-year career in the military, I enjoyed it. Would I do it again? Not 11 Bravo. Hell no. I don't advise anybody to be infantry. If you do, you're a damn fool. Uh, I,
what would you choose out of out of your
my
position?
my MOS. If I could choose my MOS, hell, probably been an aircraft mechanic or some kind of technician. I
Mm,
don't know. My MOS covered a wide variety of things. I could have been a gunner on a tank, or I could have been with a field artillery unit, stuff like that. So either way, I was gonna get that work in one way or the other.
yeah, one way or the other, you was gonna have to be in
One,
it.
one one way or the other, you're gonna be in the field. But I contribute the military to my attention to detail. That's what it taught me how to be diligent and pay attention to everything that you do.
Man. So in the midst of you get out, your PCS out. Where'd your PCS out of?
For the work,
And then when you PCS out, you went right immediately into trucking.
No, when I got out, went back to Florida. I worked construction for a while. I did landscaping. I did landscaping architectural for a minute. Did that for a lot of years. Then went to construction. Did that for a lot of years. Then I got tired of breaking my damn back every day. So when I got married, I said, the recession hit. I lost my job doing that. So I went. I've been a detailer since I was 11 years old, growing up with my uncle. And so I took my last $1,300, brought me a trailer, and it had all the equipment in it. And I brought my chemicals, and I went detailing cars.
Mm,
I've been a master detailer for over 40 years. I don't do it anymore, just on my own vehicles. But I've done that. Once again, I pay attention to detail.
mm,
I can get a car. It'll take me 4 hours to do complete detail a car. That
yeah,
is one vehicle. hmm
yeah.
Uh, so that's what contributed that to, man.
So
I,
you
I enjoyed it.
you know how to build businesses from the
Yeah,
ground up.
I went to college. I went
Yeah.
to, I know I probably hard to
I
believe.
went to college.
Yeah, I went to college. I studied business management, computer science, business management for a while. Dropped a computer science class and went into computer technology. And I finished my business classes. My business professor, she taught me a lot about
Mm,
how businesses fail and be successful.
mm,
And your customer is job one. If you don't have good customer service skills, your business will fail.
right.
It'll fall. So pay attention to what your customer tell you, and you'll do okay. You'll do okay.
Very true. Because, like, you go into a business of leisure, right? This is a luxury leisure type business where people have options, you have choices, and if you're
Absolutely.
not customer centric, your business will fail, right?
Yeah.
How do you maintain the being able to provide the good quality customer service that you do?
When I go to a lounge and first meet a potential customer, I like to talk to either the general manager, the manager, or the owner themselves. I prefer the owner. I sit down with them. I give them my story, my history behind the cigars, and I lay the cigars out. I always ask them, what is your palate like? What is your flavor profile? You like a mild, medium, or full?
Mm,
They said, well, I like a Maduro, but not something that's strong. So I'll apply the Maduro and I say, okay, here it is. It has a medium body to it. It's an oily leaf, so you're looking at a San Andreas Maduro. It's not super strong, but it's strong enough to where you can enjoy it and not be overwhelmed by the Lajero that's in it.
mm,
So, and I'll tell them about the cigar. We'll talk, and as they having the course me, ask me any questions. Then we'll sit down, we'll smoke, and I watch how they smoke. I watch if I can tell if they're enjoying the cigar or if they not enjoying it. I'm very visual
mhm,
when it comes down to a potential client. I want to make sure they have the best experience that I can give them. And so when I sit down with them, we talk, have a drink or two, watch football game, and just have general conversation.
mm,
So, but I'm always watching how because when they look at a cigar like this, they're analyzing. They're looking at the wrapper, see if they got the splits in it. They're looking at the cap, the whole 9 yards. And so I know, and once they smoke it, say, hey, can I put an order in now? Sure, you can put an order in. I said, yeah, you can put an order in. You tell me what you want, uh, wholesale cost, or whatever, and that's it.
and I
I
got you.
make sure that, yeah, I make sure they have it good.
I can dig it. I can dig that. So, my next thing is, what is your go to of your brand?
Okay, there we
I'm
go.
here.
Somebody called in, man.
Yeah, I'm here. I wanted to wait. Um, my question was, what is your go-to of your brand? I'm gonna ask you your go-to of your brand, and then I'm gonna ask you your absolute first stick that it just resonates in your soul with your experience.
My go-to, the one I'm smoking now.
Mm-hmm.
Back me all the time. You know, what's your favorite cigar that you like to smoke? The one's in my hand.
Mm.
That's about the best answer I can give them. I like everything I have made that's been produced. I like them all. There's no such thing as a favorite cigar. The only favorite cigar is the one you got smoking at a time. You can't smoke 5 cigars at one time, so that'll be futile. I always tell them the one I'm smoking at this particular moment.
Mm.
It can be one of mine or somebody else's. I don't whatever I'm in the mood for, I pick it up and I'll smoke it.
I don't like that safe answer. I'm gonna harass you again, and I'm gonna punch at you again. If I had to put you on the spot right here, right now,
Mm-hmm.
you got to cut one, light one, gift one out of your blends. What are you doing?
I'm going with 7th Infantry. I go with 7th Infantry. Because that particular one I blended myself, but when nobody helped, I blended that myself, and that was like a year and a half in the making to make that cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Going through leads, I went through the process of doing probably about 40 different types of mixture of tobacco, and I got it down to 20. Then I got it down to 10. I got it down to 5. Then I got the last 3 blends that I wanted to use. And I got that one particular blend. I changed one thing about it. I changed one of the leaves in it to a what is it called? I forgot the name of the leaf that I had. It's very seldom used, but I used it in that blend, and that particular leaf set that cigar to a new whole different height when I had the 7th Infantry made. And like, so when I had my guy roll something for me, and I said, well, I said make 50 of them for me, make me some Toros, make me some nubs, and make me some 6.5 by 54. So I had three different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So I handed all those out and got some feedback from it. They said I never had this before. I said, what tobacco you using? Tell you got the key. That's a military secret.
Mm.
I got a lot of positive feedback on it. And my friend Julian, I gave him one at a wedding about a year ago. I said, he'll try the Julian. I need your opinion on it. And I gave him the Habano.
Mm.
And he smoked that Habano. He said, man, what you got in this damn cigar? It takes a lot for him to get woozy off a cigar. He said, this cigar got me high as hell.
Man.
And I said, well, that was it right then. I went on ahead and started having them made.
Yeah. Like I said, that 7th Infantry Habano, and when I go to Patriot Smoke, I end up usually lucking out and getting the last 2. It's a rule I have. Like if it's 2 there, pretty much any particular cigar, like if it's the last 2 in the box, I get the last 2, and I always luck out by getting the last 2 because they sell out them joints. And like I have the same kind of feeling about this particular blend that we're smoking today.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, you said you enjoy it. I enjoy it. 505, that's certifiable right there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I told Danny last night that him and Rob, and shout out to my boy Mohawk, Rob has been, when I first met Rob, we was in Atlanta. I was down there visiting one of my schoolmates down there. We all met at the cigar lounge. We sat down. They put us in VIP. Why I do not know, but we sat up there, man. And Rob came in. He would tell me some things I need to change, with the banding and stuff like that. I took Rob advice, but Rob said, "You have an excellent product. Don't change a thing." Rob has got me into a couple lines up there in Georgia area. I do appreciate him for it, man. He has been a big inspiration to me, and a good supporter as well too.
Mm.
We sit down and talk about cigars all the time, and like I said, it's stuff that I still don't know about. A lot of manufacturers I still don't know. I never smoked. I mean, it's so many blends out there, man. You can't smoke them all, but some people damn sure try to. But
Right.
I focus on my product as of right now because that's my biggest thing. I have to get focused on what I'm doing and what I'm trying to accomplish.
Mm. So ultimately, what is the big picture for Big Country Cigars?
I'm going to talk to my buddy sometime this week or next week about start doing a little more promos. I'm gonna start doing a little more lives and start doing a little more pushing of the brand out there. Cause in 6 years, do I like going out there and talking to people about I don't want to feel like that I'm pushing my brand on you per se. I want you to try. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Okay, that's fine. If I get 10 no's, I'm gonna get a yes somewhere down the line. That's all
Very
I need.
true.
So that's all I need at a particular time. But my biggest thing is making sure that the product stays the same and it stays, formidable to who smokes it.
Already.
Mm-hmm.
So Big Country, I'm gonna let you go. I appreciate the time, and I appreciate your craft, bro. I really do appreciate the work that you're putting into your craft. You're an absolute perfectionist, and I wanted to give you flowers on camera from me to you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. I love your work, and thank you for being one of the true cigar brands that represent us out here in this cigar industry.
Hey man, I can't do it without you guys, man. If I didn't have the support from you guys, I wouldn't be here. Cause like old saying go, it takes a village to raise a child.
Right.
It takes a village to keep this cigar brand going.
Mm.
Support don't cost a thing at all.
Going right into support. How do we order cigars from you? How can we find you?
Go to Big Country 68 on IG, or go to bigcountrycigars.com. Go to my website. It's there. If you can call, if you have any particular thing that you don't see on my website that you may like that I don't have on there, by all means send me a message and I'll respond immediately.
Already. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, place your orders with Big Country. Follow the channel, share this live, share the page. Kingpin Luxury, KP Lux on IG, Kingpin Luxury Cigar Accessories on Facebook, Boss Talks on the Rooftop on YouTube. And if you're on TikTok, stay tuned. We're going to get to moving and grooving in a little bit. But Big Country, salute to you.
Y'all support it. And this guy been doing it for a while. He gives out, great content. And I do appreciate you for doing this for Black History Month. To all my African American, Latino brothers and sisters out there that's in this industry, keep doing what you're doing. Keep going forward. Don't let nothing stop you.
Awesome, bro. I appreciate you. And guys, remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. Two fingers.
Mm-hmm.